Hey everyone, my name is Marcus Stewart, and welcome to a new episode of New Gameplay Today. And I say it's new gameplay today, but are we back in 2018? I don't know. What's going on here, Mr. Alex Stadnik?
Whoa! We've gone into the past, or is it? No, sir. We are playing the PC version of God of War, the 2018 joint from Sony Santa Monica.
Oh, okay. It's a prettier version of an already pretty game. That's cool to know. So this is the beginning of the game, or towards the beginning. You've played a good bit of this on PC already, and we won't get into any spoilers or anything like that in case you're going to be coming to this for the first time. But I think what a lot of us want to know, especially if you've already played this game, is what differences have you noticed on PC? Because I know you're a big fan of this game.
Yeah, so God of War is one of my favorite games of all time. And I think partially, it's a lot of things, right? The great combat, but also it's the story continuation, how they've evolved Kratos, which I don't think necessarily is a hot take, but I think this is a version. I definitely think this is a version for people who have, first off, a great PC. Because I captured this in ultra settings, and it is the best this game has looked ever, which is kind of crazy to think about. But I mean, you can see it right here. Like, this is, it took like Marcus said, a pretty game and made it even prettier somehow. And they've done that through improved shadows, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it definitely expands the experience a little bit visually, and then also the unlocked frame rate, which is a nice addition because last year they did the PS5 upgrade and they got it up to 60 frames, but this you can get it up to 120 frames, which is really exciting because like the combat in this is so good and so smooth, and it it just enhances that already, or even more so. So that's exciting to me. This was something. God of War is something I wanted to replay with Ragnarok coming out this year, hopefully. And I think this is a great place to do it for people who have a PC, for sure.
That's awesome. And would you say, I don't know what PC you were running, but you think do you need a super high-tech PC to run this game? Like, do you need like a top-tier, will set your graphics card on fire to get this going, or can a decent mid-range PC get the most out of this? What would you say?
So I like I said, I put everything to ultra, turned VSync on, like the whole works. I'm running a 2070 on my PC, so not top of the line, but also pretty darn good. There's a couple of times when the action got really crazy that the game started to hitch, but that was my PC, not the game. The game. And if you see any of that,
speaking of hitching, look at her trails go.
He is not happy. Ick, look at that gross little fleshy ew. But so I can't speak to what a mid-range PC would handle this like. I just know it worked almost flawlessly on my PC, and like I said, I think I have a RTX 2070. So I guess I don't think I would play it on ultra the entire time with those settings. I just wanted to see if we could push this for the NGT. I'd probably play on high and never have a problem. So I guess I can't speak to if you have like a mid-range or like a lesser PC in that way, but
that's fair.
Yeah.
And we also, if you visit GameInformer.com, we have a story where we have the PC specs listed that Santa Monica released last month, I believe. So if you need a frame of reference, just go look that up. But yeah, it's cool to see this game again. I am a huge God of War fan. I have been literally since day one. I remember seeing the very first game in 2005 at like a GameStop on a kiosk, having no idea what it was, and playing it and going like, what is this game? Like, I need to learn more about this thing. This is fun.
Right.
And being excited and terrified about this game because they were changing everything about it, which I respected them for. I was like, yeah, I'm glad they're not doing the same thing, especially after Ascension, the 2013 game that I thought was just okay, but it was kind of it was the point where it's like, okay, I think this formula needs to be freshened up now. But I was like, I don't know what you do. And this game kind of gave me things I didn't know I wanted, between the more zoomed in perspective, even giving you the axe instead of the blades of chaos, and having your little AI son Atreus help you out in combat. Like, I'm so still to this day just impressed that they didn't just sort of like lightly iterate on that formula. Like they pretty much just scrapped everything and started over.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've seen the Raising Kratos documentary. Oh man, you should look it up. It's a free documentary that Sony published on YouTube that documented the entire development cycle with this game. Like Cory Balrog, who's the director on this game, he's not in Ragnarok. I think he may be loosely involved, but I know he's not directing it.
He's kind of consulting, yeah. If you want to, speaking of GI plugs, we did an interview with the team at Santa Monica after they released the most recent gameplay look at Ragnarok, and he is Cory's still recovering from basically this dev cycle, he told me. So if you want to learn more about that, definitely go check it out on the website. But
okay, that sounds about right. If you watch that documentary, you can see that there's so many points where he just seems like he just wants to crawl into a corner and disappear. It's I recommend it. It's a free documentary. It's on YouTube. It's called Raising Kratos. It's a great companion piece to this game, like after you finish it. But yeah, it's like 2 hours. I loved it. And yeah, I'm thinking about replaying this again before Ragnarok. I haven't decided yet. But you know, I don't know if my PC can handle this. I got like a pretty decent gaming laptop, but yeah, I even just seeing it now is reminding me like this game is really good.
Yeah, well, and throwing the axe too. Like not that I forgot about that, but I feel like games start to become more like feeling than memory when you as you get further and further away, and I just kind of forgot.
The weight on that axe.
Yeah, right. Like I remember how the game, like how excited I am for the game, right? But it's just actually being able to play it again and feeling those throws. It's just it's so incredible. Another thing I'd like to point out, Mr. Stewart, if you look when I throw the axe, what is that down there? That was a Y button. What? Am I playing this on Xbox One controller? You better believe I am.
I don't think you're legally allowed to do that, sir.
I'm a cretin. That's what I am.
Oh man, the forbidden door opened once again.
Exactly. No, the beauty of this being on PC, right, is you can play it with the DualSense, the DualShock, basically whatever controller you want. And like the charlatan I am, I chose the Xbox One controller. But
can you use the Steam controller?
That's a good question. Can neither confirm nor deny. But I also wanted to give new folks, like, for new folks, if you've just heard of God of War and you're like, I don't know, I have a PC, I don't have a PlayStation, like, what is this all about? I wanted to give you a little taste in this gameplay of the magnitude and brutality of this freaking game. This is the first boss fight with Baldur, one of the main antagonists in the game. And just the amount of punishment Kratos doles out here is incredible. And this is one of the best fights, I think, in games, and one of the best intros in games, personally. So yeah.
Like you mentioned, the name Baldur. Game steeped in Norse mythology. The original games were in Greek mythology, and since there's going to be some new people coming to this for the first time on PC, it's safe to know that you don't need to have played the other games in the series to get into this one. Yes, it references it, like it is that timeline. It's not a reboot. It's just a sort of detached sequel. But it is not required to play this game. So
no, I will
say that because I've had people ask me over the years because they're like, oh, this looks cool, but I didn't play God of War 1 through like 5 if you're counting the like PSP games. And it's like, nah, you could just jump into this one.
I agree. I think those games are worth playing, even though some of those aspects of it haven't aged super well. Obviously, different time, different, game development and stuff. But if you have the time, here's what I'll say. If you have the time to play 1 through 3 and then 4, do it, because there are some emotional payoffs that I think work better. But that being said, don't let it stop you from playing this. You can watch, you can go to Wikipedia, you can Spark Note, or you know what I mean? Like there's ways to catch up without having to play those other ones. So.
Yeah, and it's been fun catching up with you to look at this beautiful PC port of God of War. So thank you, Alex, for showing us off. And thank you, humble reader / watcher, for giving us another look on new gameplay today. And join us next time for another episode. Subscribe to the Game Informer YouTube channel for more fun videos like this. And be sure to visit us at GameInformer.com. Later.
Bye, everyone.